All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a little bit of a time, and but we're back. It is Kamikaze Soundwaves and the infamous Jrpg Gaming. Sir, how are you? What is going on?
Fine. Yeah, you flatter me, Kamikaze.
Dude, man, you gotta rep, man,
Let me
especially with me,
mute
dude.
this. There. Let me mute it. But yeah, it's been a good while, and yeah, and thanks to all the nice people on YouTube sending me nice thoughts while my mom was in the hospital a month ago, and yeah, she's doing all that better, and yeah, I'm ready to talk about the infamous SNES Classic mini debacle today, as well as some other interesting news.
Well, I don't really got too much on it. I know. I guess you've got something to speak on it, man. So go ahead, bro. Take it away, man.
Yeah, pre-order sold out within minutes last night. And I didn't get any like email notifications whatsoever, like none. And I got one from Walmart. But of course, it was too little, too late. And a friend of mine called, said, "Hey, they're GameStop's doing pre-orders in store. Go like now, go!" And I went. We have two stores in Flow, and went to the first one. I said, uh, I called and said, "Are you taking pre-orders?" And said yes. They just opened up like 2 or 3 minutes ago, so we drive down there. Unfortunately, they were only taking 6 pre-orders. I'm like, oh crap! So I went to the one just a ways up the street, and I got the very last one. The guy who was in front of me, he put 25 down, and I said, you're not going to be a douche and flip it on eBay, are you?" And he said no, and so I put my money down and pre-ordered. And I looked up eBay about maybe 30 minutes ago, and yeah, they're selling between 200 to $300, 250 to $300, which is just crazy.
Hmm.
It's nuts, but I'm glad I got mine. Whew, so glad I went to camp now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you already know my stance on the whole thing, man. I've turned a blind eye to any news that's on it. Just it's whatever, man.
And I mean, Nintendo could print millions of these things, just like the NES Mini. It's just like they're sitting on money. They don't want money. They're just doing this
Yeah,
to
they're like
keep the thing
allergic
up
to
there.
that
That's
shit.
all.
I swear to God, man. If I fucking waved $100 bill at Nintendo, they get the heebie-jeebies, man. They don't want money, dude. Like they're allergic to that shit for some if Android reason.
I mean, I'm like you. I've had my Switch since April. Of course, you got yours a few months after me, and I've had it since April. And other than doing the initial setup, I haven't even touched the thing.
Yeah. No, I will say like the only time that I've actually played my Switch, I mean, it's like I said, I got it for like initially just my children. But the only time that I've actually spent a lot of time with it is like when I'm just being super lazy and I don't feel like doing the whole setup and like sitting in front of a TV. I was like, I'm just being lazy, laying on the couch or laying in the bed, like how I have to do right now because I fucked up my leg. And I played a lot of Splatoon, like just laying in the fucking bed. Like that's, I mean, it's great. It kind of, I think Tyler Steven asked me, like, did it feel like that, PS Vita void in my life, and it kind of did. Like it's a it's great. Like Nintendo DS, the 3DS or the new 3DS, like
Yeah.
it's just garbage to me. So no, like this is great, man, to get to play like really good solid games while I'm just in that lazy mode where I don't want to have to sit in front of a TV.
Yeah.
That's about all it's good for me at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of your leg real quick, you might want to consider getting a steroid shot to help like with the pain and stuff.
It's all good, man. I was dude, I it's not manly in any way, shape, or fashion how I hurt my leg, but it hurts like hell. I mean, it's and it's my calf muscle. Like that's the weirdest thing. Like, and I tell you, man, my calf muscle hurts like hell. And like I think everybody gets these, but like when you're sleeping and you wake up from like those cramps in your calf muscle.
Yeah.
I got one of those like 2 days ago with already the pain in my calf. Oh my God, you talk about me turning into a fucking 5-year-old little girl, dude. Dude, I was screaming, man. I wasn't screaming, but I was like, oh my God. This is like it was
Yeah.
fucking painful, man. No,
Well,
it is what it is, man.
I was gonna say what's even worse is when when you get that feeling in your foot and your foot goes asleep. I had that happened like a year ago, and I tried to like walk around a little bit, shake it off, and I lost my balance, and that's how I sprained my foot like a year ago, and it was for a good month or two. It was painful. I had to wear one of those like braces just to wait for the swelling to go down because it hurts so much.
Yeah, like I said, like, and I literally had to take this whole week off of work, and just because, like, if if it was like, a normal thing, like, but like my job requires me to walk a lot. So I was like, man, I can't, there's no way I can go to work and like do my job correctly and appropriately without being able to walk. So I've literally just had to take the entire week off. My leg does feel better. I'm not walking normally yet. I'm still having to still limp a little bit. But it's still like, I'll get those moments where I bend it the wrong way and it's like, oh shit. Like I will fucking curse like a sailor when I get those like little thriving pains in it.
And oh yeah, you said you wanted to mention Firewatch. You said you wanted to talk about that.
Firewatch, yes. Now, so I played it on Steam, and it was like, Steam does those sales, et cetera, et cetera. So I got it on sale on Steam, and I heard it had like critical acclaim behind it, and I was like, man, I'm really dying to play this. I'll take that back. I wasn't dying to play it, but I was interested. I knew it was another walking simulator, but the story is like I heard was like fucking hands down amazing. Now, I will say, before I go any further, the story was amazing. It was really, really good, very well done. But the gameplay, okay. So it's an indie title, and you're walking in the forest, and it does not give you a clear direction of where you can go and where you can't go. And there's a lot of backtracking, and there's a lot of parts where you get hung up like on a little tiny bush, and it's like, you have to like walk 3 feet around this bush that you should be able to just step over. And I get it, it's a video game. Video games, we get it. But it's just a tiny bush where I literally have to sidestep over 3 feet just to walk around it because that's the path that they made for the game. So the story, I will say, was really, really good, really, really great. But do not go into it expecting it to be like very fluid and easy. Now, things have may have changed. I played it like months and months and months ago. But I will say, like, when I played it, it was very aggravating and frustrating because I'm like, why can I not just step over this simple bush? Why am I expected to, like, know this little route around it and et cetera, et cetera? And it was just frustrating in that, in that aspect. But I played it, I beat it, and you can even sense like my frustration, like on like my part 3 or part 4 of it. I was like, man, this game is fucking making me angry. Like, there's a tree. Like, why can't I move past this tree? Oh, and so like it's like kind of like an open world thing where you can go where you want to. That was another really drawback of it, where it says, hey, go this way, and you can travel like 40. Well, not maybe 40 minutes. Let's be realistic. Maybe 22 minutes. Maybe 18 minutes and you're going this direction, or like, oh yeah, by the way, you're going the wrong way. I'm like, dude, come on. So it's a really good indie title. Just don't expect to go into it and be very fluid and easy to get from point A to point B. And then being a story-based game, like you really want to know what's going to happen next. Mm-hmm. So I guess you kind of rush to get to that point and realizing it's going to take you another 15 to 20 minutes to realize like more of the story where you have to, change your patterns of how to get there. So, like I said, it's a good story. It's a great story. Very realistic story. Not like, fucking The Covenant invading Earth or anything like that. It's just a very good kind of like little murder mystery indie game with the walking simulator in the woods. It's good. It's good. A little frustrating with the gameplay, but.
Oh, and yeah, you said you wanted to react to what I wanted to have to say about Dragon Ball Fighter Z Live.
Oh yeah, so you told me you had an interesting thing about that. So I was like, hey man, don't even tell me, man. I'm just curious because I haven't been following it. So what's going on with it, man?
Yeah, well, the good news is we got a release date, not an actual day, but a release month rather. It's coming out February 2018, and of course it's going to have the season pass, but of course it's the pre-order incentive what pisses me off.
Of course.
It's gonna piss you off, dude. If you want Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta, you have to pre-order to get that.
What?
Yep.
Why? Well, I guess I can see the reasoning behind it, because that's what they always do with everything. But that's fucking stupid, man. I mean, all right, you know what? That's fine. I could probably play the game without it. I will be pissed off if I'm playing in a match online and someone has it and I don't have it. That's probably going to piss me off. Because it probably is just more of a, like a quirk. It's more of a, like a skin. It probably doesn't have anything to do with actual fighting or. Does it have anything to do with actual like stats or anything like that?
I'm not sure.
Probably, I would think that it wouldn't. I think it's more like a skin. So that, I mean, it's still going to piss me off because I feel like I'm just going to feel like a weaker character playing as like Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus like a fucking Super Saiyan God Goku. Like I feel like I should just lose the match immediately. There's an intimidation,
Yeah.
So no, I mean it's all good. I mean I kind of figured they were going to do something like that. I mean everything does something like that, especially the hype that thing has around it. I think they have the right to do it to a degree. I don't think any game has the right to do it, but in this day and age, like everyone's going to do it to turn a quick buck.
Yeah, it does suck that we don't get complete games anymore, but of course that's how it is nowadays. And there was a new Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite trailer, by the way. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, of course I haven't either. Like I said, I've turned a blind eye to it. But no, the Dragon Ball Z Fighter, man, I still think it's a day one for me. If you said it's a pre-order bonus, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I would be mad at that. I think that I'm already planning on buying the game unless something comes down the pipeline where people are like, dude, do not buy this fucking game. It's a scam. It's bullshit. It's not what you expect. Unless something like that comes out of the woodwork, I think I'm still down for day one. So even still, I might still pre-order. I mean, I'm planning on buying on day one anyway. So if I buy it a few days before, like off the digital, like which I'm planning on doing for Xbox One or PS4, then I mean, fuck it. I'll probably do that. It's just sucky that you have to do that. It's just so sucky.
I know that's the way. That's how they get you. Otherwise, people wouldn't pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shitty business tactic, and yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is now. So, it's like I would rather take a $20 price increase on games if that would mean season passes would go away, but of course it won't because that's the norm for games nowadays.
But I think that's even kind of scary too, though, man. To now you have $80 for a price tag for a game, or let's just say 10. Let's call it 10.
Yeah.
$70. But then still, developers are going to be like, well, our DLC is great. They still need to pay that, $20, $25, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, I mean, for a price increase, I think $60 is outrageous. If you ask me, I still think $60 is pretty fucking outrageous.
But let me ask you this: would you settle for a $20 price increase, meaning it would mean no more season passes? Then would you accept it?
Okay, so the answer to that is yes, but I would buy way fewer games. It would only be games that like I am dying to have.
But yeah.
Like if that's the case, like I would invest more wisely, I think. Because I know like this game if for fucking if let's say it is $20, we're going from 60 to 80 $80 for a game. Dude, my choices have to be very limited and very cognizant of what's there, et cetera, like, because I can't be as nilly-willy as buying games. I mean, there's a $20 difference. I guess you can say that's like not a huge thing, but if I'm buying one game for $80, dude, that shit better get like it better give me over 100 hours worth of content and suck my dick when it's done doing it. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking money, dude.
Yeah, there are some games where you spent the like 60 nowadays and it's not even worth it. But yeah, I was gonna read you the 15 games from the PlayStation Blog 10th anniversary sale, and to everybody who's watching the stream, if you buy one of these 15 games, Sony gives you a free 33% off discount code if you redeem it before September 5th. But yeah, the 15 games are as follows. Axiom Verge, which is really good. I'm very tempted to buy that now because the Retro Bros streamed a little bit of that game. Battle Zone, that's a PlayStation VR game, so don't care. Darkest Dungeon, Firewatch, which you've already discussed.
Right. Yeah.
Flower, which I've heard a few good things about that.
Yeah. Go ahead though.
I can't even pronounce this one. I'll just spell it Hohokum, Hucorum or something. I don't know. Journey, which I've heard is pretty good.
Okay. All right.
N++, Ratchet and Clank, which is good. Risk of Rain, I'm not sure what that is. Rogue Legacy, Soma, The Last of Us Remastered, The Unfinished Swan, which I've heard is pretty good, and the last one is Transistor. So it's 15 games.
Okay. I can speak for a few of those. I can speak for Soma. I played Soma. I didn't finish it because I was trying to do like a... And I never even put one video up on my channel because I was doing a Let's Play of it, and it just got not overwhelming, but I just, gamer, fucking ADHD, man. I just got sidetracked, dude. But it was a game I was really interested in and had a really good price drop on Steam. So I went for it, and I liked it. I mean, I really wish I think I loved it. It's just, I got sidetracked by something else. And when you get sidetracked by something, it's so hard to go back to a game because you're already invested in this one, and then this one comes out, and then, man, it's just ADHD, man. It's hard to focus on one thing sometimes. The Last of Us, I played it on PS3. Then I bought the DLC separate because you actually need to own The Last of Us to play the DLC, which I thought was a great idea. But fantastic fucking game. Whatever the price is going for, if you've never played it, you need to experience it. It's a masterpiece, dude. Hands down a masterpiece. Transistor, I played Transistor. It kind of gave me Final Fantasy VII vibes, but still, just wasn't my type of game. Let's see. What were some of the other games you said on that list? Starting after Firewatch.
Flower. It's kind of like a can't even think of the word, like simulation type game.
Journey and Flower. Yeah, Journey and Flower are made by the same developer, and they're kind of in the same realm. Where I will say that, I actually did a Let's Play of Journey, and I couldn't put it up because I had nothing to say. I was just quiet the entire time because it was just such a calming presence of a game. You had nothing to say. It was just the experience. It wasn't about the destination. It was completely about the journey. And the whole time I was like, this is just fucking relaxing. This is just fucking relaxing, man. I was just quiet, enjoying my gaming, and I was content with that, dude. It was just a very mellow experience. You literally just kind of guide from point A to point B. The story kind of pops up from here to there, and it's pretty interesting. Not crazy interesting. It's that's okay. So those are two games you definitely, I think you should just experience on your own. They're not stream worthy games. They're not Let's Play worthy games. They're just good, mellow, chill out, by yourself type games. And I think there was something else in there. I think you said. I was like, I think I have something on that. Flower and Journey were definitely. I never played Flower, but I definitely played Journey.
And it had Ratchet and Clank in there.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I tried to play one of them. The first one that was on the PS4. Didn't like it. I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I don't know. That's all I can say for it, man. It just wasn't for me. I tried it multiple times because I've heard that it's really good. I remember playing it when I got it on Actually, I didn't get it on. I got it on PS4. I got it on PS3. That's when I got my PS3. My son was really young. My oldest son was really young at that point, and I wanted to get him a game on it so he could play it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rogue Legacy looks like a action type platform. I'm looking at screenshots right now.
Rogue Legacy sounds very familiar, but I can't put my finger on it, what it is. But I want to say I should know what it is, but the name sounds very, very, very familiar.
Yeah, it's It's a action type platformer game is what I'm looking at.
Mm. But Ratchet and Clank, man, like I said, man, I tried it out, dude. Like it just as much as I think I probably should like it, it didn't catch me, man. It didn't catch me. So
The Darkest Dungeon thing looks kind of up your alley.
oh, I love scary shit. You know that, man. I love the scariest, darkest shit, video game wise, movie wise, whatever scariest shit you can make up in your head and fucking project it on the screen, dude. I'm there. I love that shit, dude.
It's a turn-based action RPG. It says, and about the psychological stress of adventuring. Looks pretty interesting.
Well, Axiom Verge is another one. Like, supposed to be like Super Metroid, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I like Super Metroid. I just never finished it because I only played it when I was much younger.
I'm the same way. I had a physical copy, but I never finished it, and now I'll get the opportunity to finally do so on the SNES Mini.
Yeah. Is that oh man, I saw I know a lot of people don't like IGN, but like I don't got nothing against IGN. I actually like IGN to a degree. I know sometimes they're biased about reviews, but like they did like the first 7 minutes of Star Fox 2.
I know I didn't watch it because I don't want to be spoiled.
Well, it's I mean, it's kind of more of the same. I don't understand why people are making a huge deal about it. Like it's not a big, to me it's not a big fucking deal. Even the big Star Fox fan that I am, I started with Star Fox. I played it. I never beat it. My cousin beat it. I remember when he beat it. I thought he was like a gaming god when he beat it. Because I just, it was very rare for people to beat like Super Nintendo NES games back in the day. But to watch someone do it, I mean, I was like way younger than he was, like at least by a difference of like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. And he beat it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this dude, man, he is the man." But I seen videos on Star Fox 2 like before this whole fucking thing. I mean, apparently it was a finished game already. It wasn't finished before, but people finished it. Or
it was finished, but it didn't. It got canceled at the last minute because they wanted to put all their efforts towards Star Fox 64 instead on the N64.
Right. So, like, what I've seen of it, it's kind of more the same. Like, I don't see what the big fuss is about it, but
they just added little things that the original didn't have. But things from Star Fox 2 were put into Star Fox 0, such as the walking like Land Rover thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know if that was in the other version. But okay, all right. Well, fair enough. I mean, it's probably going to be great. I mean, and that's so unfucking fortunate. They're making it like that fucking exclusive to that fucking SNES Mini. That's just a fucking that's a dick move. That's a dick move.
Yeah. Oh, I will agree. It will suck for people who won't be able to get it, and that's who knows. Maybe Nintendo, but of course this is Nintendo we're talking about. But let's just say a hypothetical what if. Maybe they will later on put it on the Switch Virtual Console later on, but not now because they want people, not for right now because they want people to go out and buy the SNES Mini.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like you said, buying incentive.
Yeah. Well, fuck, the Switch, man. I tell you, man, I've got so many gripes with that shit. At the time I spent with it, man, it is just a fucking piece of work. I mean, and not in the fucking in the basket and the light piece of work. I mean, to me, it's just a piece of shit, dude. There's so many things that you know what? I just want to say what I have to say about it, man. I am literally very contemplating on making a video about the fucking thing. I am so disgusted with it. I'm disgusted with it, man. Just about it's just about every topic that I think I've discussed with you and discussed with the Retro Bro, but at this point, it's like this is ridiculous. So that's another topic I actually wanted to bring to the table. Games for the Switch. Okay, let's be real and let's be honest. Okay, most of the very successful games on the Switch are pretty much accessible on the Wii U. that means
other old systems, PS3 and 360 and such.
But I mean, look, you look at Breath of the Wild. So you probably know, but maybe some people don't know. You know that Breath of the Wild was optimized for the Wii U. It was supposed to come out on the Wii U, and it came out on the Switch. And they say like really the definitive version of that game kind of is on the Wii U. So that's kind of, you know, if you're, I have a point. What I'm getting to is that you can play this game on either one. So is it really an exclusive? Is it really a game selling console game? You know.
No.
Then you have Mario Kart 8. Okay, you're just giving us the same thing with a little added bonus, and this is what the game should have been in the fucking first place. You're giving us a game that, you know, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Mario Kart 8, you know. But the only thing they added in there was like the battle modes, which it should have had that from the fucking get-go.
I know that was the main gripe that people had at launch.
And then you throw in all the DLC, which fucking fantastic. You should at this point. Like, and should be praising you for that?
Let me ask you this real quick. Doesn't that piss you off? Like, say you bought the Wii U version and spent all that money on the DLC, then they come out with a definitive version like a year later on the same system or the successor. Just like I'm hoping for a Switch port of Smash Bros with all the character downloadable DLC.
Dude, that's exactly what I was about to get to. That's exactly what I was about to get to. So what the fuck? Okay, so let's say if they do that, okay? That is going to piss me off to no fucking ends because I bought the DLC for Smash Bros. I bought the DLC. I didn't buy the cloud thing, even though I should because I'm a Final Fantasy fan. But I bought the first DLC for Smash Bros. I bought all the DLC for Mario Kart. But I'm a Mario Kart fan. That's why I even actually wanted to switch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was like the biggest reason I even wanted to switch. I'm a big Mario Kart fan. So for Smash Bros, I didn't buy all the DLC. I did buy some of the DLC. I bought the first pack. How many packs of DLC were there for Smash Bros? It was 2, right?
Yeah, and each of the characters were individual DLC. I think it was let's see. Okay, we had Cloud, Bayonetta,
Ryu
from Street Fighter, and I'm trying to think. Shoot, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna pull up Wikipedia. I'm gonna cheat.
But even still, like, I bought DLC for the game because I liked it and my kids liked it, and I like to play with them with that game. And then Mario Kart as well. We all love to play Mario Kart together. And so that was like the reason like those were big games in the house. Not only did I love Mario Kart, but also I loved playing it with my kids. Same thing with Smash Bros. So it really irritated me to no ends to have to get Mario Kart Deluxe for it to be the game that it should have been in the fucking first place. But still, I'm a fan, you know. But then, fuck it. What I'm moving on to is Smash Bros does this shit. If they do that with Smash Bros, I'm fucking out. I'm fucking out at that point. I will legitimately not buy any more fucking Nintendo games.
Okay, I looked up Wikipedia for all the characters I couldn't think of. Of course, had Ryu from Street Fighter. That's one. Roy from Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Mewtwo, Pokemon 3. Lucas from Earthbound, so that's 4. Scrolling. Corrin, another Fire Emblem character, 5. Cloud from Final Fantasy 7, of course, 6, and Bayonetta, 7. So that's 7 DLC characters. I think they were like between $5 to like $7, depending on the company.
Yeah, that's bullshit, dude. So I will say, if Nintendo does that route, which you know what, I don't think they will, because
I'm
I think
betting on it. If they do that, I'm gonna say I told you so.
But look, you have every right to do so. But I will say that I think Nintendo, that look, if Nintendo has a flagship franchise, that's definitely in the top 2 or 3. However you are as a gamer, but money-wise, I think that's in their top 2, if not their top 1, right? But I think that Smash Bros, that's why they don't do the number thing, right? Yeah. They do Smash Brothers Melee, they basically made it very clear that we're making a game for every console that comes out.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
You do know that once Pokemon comes out for the Switch, oh boy, those things are gonna fly off the shelves.
But, oh my god, dude, I have that game already. That's another one I have already, and I haven't even touched it. I bought it for my oldest son. That's what he wanted. So I got him the Pokemon Tournament. That's what it's called, right? Pokemon Tournament. Yeah. It might be a good game. I don't know. I haven't played it. He didn't even like it. He's a huge Pokemon head, man. He loves Pokemon. Like he couldn't even get into it. So
it wasn't really that well received from what I've heard.
I didn't see too much. I mean, I will lie to you. I played maybe 15 minutes of it, and I was like, yeah, not for me. So with that being said, that's what I'm getting to. Is Nintendo really justifying their new console with making us sitting here buying the same fucking console? Or not the same console. It's a new iteration of the fucking Wii U, but just porting over all their games. Because essentially, that's kind of what they're doing at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we've already got a Mario Kart port to a degree. We've already got a Pokemon port coming. We also have what was the other one we were talking about?
Smash Bros.
Well, Smash Bros is not happening, but already we have for sure Mario Kart. Pokemon is coming, and there's another one. I feel like there was another port in there somewhere. But anyway, that's what I'm.
And it sold. Let's see. This is during its. Let's see how many Western releases. Says it sold almost 70,000 units, so it didn't really sell as well as Nintendo had hoped it would.
Which game is this?
Pokken Tournament.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not what the kids want, man. Nobody wants to play. Look, you have Smash. Yeah, you have Smash Bros for a reason, and there's Pokemon in that. Those kids are completely content with that shit. They're good with that shit. They don't need another Pokemon exclusive fighting game. You got the diehard people who will buy it. Oh, I love Pokemon. That's fine, but those kids who are diehard Pokemon fans, they don't want that shit. They want fucking Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon. All that bullshit. I never understood the appeal of any of that stuff. So be it. If that's what you really, really, really want, that's fine. Go, do your thing. But, but no. Like I said, my oldest son, he loves the whole Pokemon thing, and he will not touch that Pokemon tournament game. Even though he wanted it, I got it for him, and he won't play it. He plays Pokemon Sun. We got him Pokemon Sun. He plays a lot of that one. So that just goes to show you, man.
And you probably don't want to hear this. They got another version of Sun and Moon coming out soon. It's called Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Dude, what the flying fuckola?
I know.
Why? And fucking why, dude?
It's, I think from what I've read and heard, it's a different scenario and slightly different story and whatnot. But yeah, just. The Pokemon company, they want that money, man.
And they want it now. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, man. Look, let them do their shit, man. It's not, look, I can hate on it because it's not for me, but there's people out there who would definitely are all about it, will buy it, et cetera, et cetera. And that's
Nintendo,
fine.
Like I said, Nintendo knows that's going to move Switches.
Yeah, absolutely. So... I mean, I guess I said like my experiences with Switch is like I've gotten to the point where I actually really dislike it, man. I really dislike it. Um, it has a little kickflip thing on the back of it. How cool would it be to like if you're gaming in bed, you're tired, it's getting late,
Yeah.
kick that little thing out, throw it on your nightstand, and you could just like watch Netflix and shit on it. Like, how hard and why? Lightning H8. Lightning Hate, is that what it is?
Lightning H8.
Okay. What's going on, sir? Oh, thanks for the subscribe, man. Much obliged. It says I am. Oh man, Restream is doing this weird shit where it spaces the words.
It says, I'll read it to you. It says, that's why I have the stream open so I can read comments. It says, I am new. You seem like an awesome guy. I liked and subbed.
Much obliged, sir. Much obliged. Also sub to Jrpg Gaming. Dude is fucking awesome. Great fucking guy. Yeah, I started putting this little sub counter in my all my streams.
Yeah. So, let me ask you this: what did you think of all of the DLC packs for Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, cool shit, I guess. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, bro, I mean, do your thing. All right, look, dude, be honest. You haven't played Breath of the Wild yet, right?
No, I have not, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm waiting until maybe the game goes on sale. But you know how Nintendo is; they rarely have sales because they're so stingy.
All right, so here's my thing. Without even playing it, I guarantee you, and we can make a wager on it if you want, dude. I bet you that's going to be Game of the Year. I bet you it's going to be fucking Game of the Year.
Oh, no doubt.
Even with that being said, do I think it deserves Game of the Year? It's hard for me to say that because I haven't played it.
Yeah.
But
and what'd you think of people? What was it? They were comparing it to that and Horizon Zero Dawn.
well, I didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn either. I think that if I'm gonna play a game like that and invest my time into it, I'm definitely gonna do Breath of the Wild first. So, and it could be in the same aspects. I mean, it's an open world. You're going against fighting shit, this and that and the third. But I mean, Zelda is Zelda. I mean, well, Link or whatever the fuck it's called, Breath of the Wild, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That has a fucking cult following around the world. Now, when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn, if it has that same type and that same vibe, like it's kind of, it's another open world game, and if it's done well, that's great. Open world games to me are like a no. I just don't have the time to invest in them because sometimes they're too long, they're too dramatic, there's too much stuff going on, too many side quests, and I don't have the time to do all that nowadays.
Yeah, I just don't like what Nintendo's doing with Amiibo, locking DLC content behind Amiibo. Just like I forgot which Amiibo it was. I think it was the Wolf Link Amiibo. Like you had to have that Amiibo to unlock this like bonus dungeon or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean that's still cool. I mean, look, I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild, but I'm gonna play it on my own terms when I'm ready for it. Right now, I'm just not ready for it. I mean, dude, my backlog is fucking insane. I got backlog coming out of my fucking asshole, dude. I've got backlog. I mean, I spent way too much time playing Overwatch. Apparently, I skipped over so many great games. But I was watching some guy stream, and he was saying like 2017 has been like one of the greatest years in gaming. I will kind of agree to that. I want to get your opinion on this as well, but 2017, do you think thus far 2017 gaming is better than 2016?
I would say by a little bit. I mean, we've had a lot of good titles, sure, but no like big heavy hitters other than Zelda. I mean, we've had like good games come out. Let's see, it was of course Zelda and Horizon and a few others. I can't think a lot because my mind's drawing a blank right now.
So I will say that I think people are forgetting a really heavy contender for Game of the Year. Um, Resident Evil 7.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think people are really not remembering that game because it came out so early in the year.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Resident Evil 7 still is a high contender of Game of the Year, dude. Hands down.
Yeah, but we don't even know if Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out in 2018. It could be pushed back for all we know, possibly. I was just reading you what he posted in the comments.
Oh, no, I appreciate it because I have my shit. It's a weird thing that Restream does. I have my other computer pulled up, but that shit's like.
Because
Go ahead.
Lightning H8. I don't know if you followed like the internet the past couple of years. Remember Final Fantasy 15 when it was originally Versus 13? It got pushed back so many times before it finally came out. And even now, still they're releasing like patches and things for it. Of course, I mean I understand why they had to do that. They had to like get it out now because if they were to like delay it anymore, I don't think fans would have cared anymore because. Of course, they needed to have that game to get out and be a success to kind of save them from the Final Fantasy 13 debacle.
And did you ever play Final Fantasy 12?
I haven't, and I've restarted. I need to finish it. I'll be dividing my time between that and playing the Final Fantasy 7 PC port on a PS4.
12 has actually got me super interested, man. I actually really want to play it for some odd reason. Actually, you know what? Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox One right now is like $20. $20.
Oh, you mean 15, yeah.
And kind of want to get it, but that will be like it's either I start with 12 or I start with 15. But like it's like those are like the first going or not. Well, either way I tackle that way, it's going to be my first like action RPG because I've never played one of those yet. So,
well, whichever one like say if you start with 15 now, if you see like say 12 go on sale this Black Friday, you can like go ahead and get that and just put that one on like the shelf for later. I've gotten maybe halfway into 12 before I deleted my save because I got busy, so I just decided to start from scratch. But it's very good, especially though they made a lot of tweaks to the HD version, and I would go with that instead, or maybe watch for a flash sale on PSN. Of course, you know how Sony is; they don't give you a heads up of when they do flash sales; they just do them.
Well, you know, Final Fantasy is like all over Steam now. Like they have mostly all their games on Steam, and there was a really good sale on Steam on the summer sale for Final Fantasy 12. And I really almost bit in, but I was like, once again, I'm like, dude, I can't. I cannot spend, even if it was like $5 or $6, I was like, dude, I cannot buy another game. Like, I'm just literally addicted to buying games and not playing them. I need to actually play the shit that I have instead of buying another game. So I almost bit, but I didn't.
I was going to say, it's like, you might have, like I said, Black Friday coming up. It'll probably be half off, but that's why I'm so tempted to get Axiom Verge, even though it'll be on the back burner for a bit because of that 33% off coupon that Sony is giving right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Final Fantasy 15 is on sale as well, but, you know, I'm not going to buy it yet. You know,
my profile pic is a Kingdom Hearts picture. He was asking what my profile pic was. Yeah, I'm surprised Tylord and Bio Phoenix haven't popped in yet. We've been chatting for almost an hour.
Yeah, well, Tylord, he was traveling to go see the fucking the solar eclipse apparently with his family. So he's probably on his way back at this point. And in Bio, I don't know where Bio lives in Canada. I think he lives.
Yeah.
I think he says he lives in like Toronto or something.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because one of my other YouTube buddies, he lives around near Toronto as well.
because
But
he
since we're on the Clips, why don't you give your thoughts on that?
oh, dude, you talk about underwhelming, dude. So my oldest son, he comes outside. He's like, I'm gonna record the whole thing, and I'm like, how are you gonna record it? You can't look at the sun. Like, how do you know you're recording? He's like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and point my phone at the sun. I'm like, you're not being a human being right now, dude. Hey, thanks for stopping by, bro. I'm like, dude, like you're not being a human being, man. Just fucking, just point your, just experience this shit as a human being, man. Let's just live it. We don't have to record everything. But for me, it was underwhelming where I was at. Literally, it just got dim, and the crickets got really loud for a couple of minutes, and then it was over. That was about it.
Yeah, I watched like a speed type video that like CBS showed. Yeah, it didn't get really dim here. We live in the south near Mississippi, but I'm tempted to go see the next one whenever it is, and I forgot when they said 20 is either 2021 or 24. I forgot. It's going to be in Texas, but my aunt and her family live there, so we're tempted to travel down there because it's supposed to get really good that time.
Yeah.
And also, I think it also depends on where you were at, like state wise, if you had better viewing than others.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes a difference where you're at. But like, I couldn't leave my house. I was actually supposed to work that day, but I fucked my leg up. I actually had to call out of work this entire week. But me and the kids, we went into the backyard, and it got dim, and it lit right back up. And I was like, hope you guys had fun. And there's just solar eclipse. Like that's literally all there is to it, man. It didn't really do too much. It was literally just that was it. It was over with.
Yeah, kind of like shut the lights off for a little bit and then came back on.
Yeah.
like a temporary power outage.
And the fucking the crickets were like confused as shit. They're like, "What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?" Oh, we're good. But hey, I'm gonna take a little 2-minute break, man. I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back.
All right.
right. So you been playing anything new?
Other than maybe just starting the Final Fantasy VII PC port on the PS4 and dividing that between my time on playing Final Fantasy 12 on PS2 when I have time. That's pretty much what I've been tackling, pretty much.
Mm.
How about yourself? I know you've been playing Overwatch and Final Fantasy 7 on the PS4, the original one.
Yeah, that, and I started Observer.
Yeah, I saw that.
I really love horror games. I love like everything about them. I love the scariest shit you can come up with. I just love scary fucking movies, games. Like it's just like it's my thing. It's my thing. So I started a let's play of it. It's very slow going in the beginning, but the team behind it has a really good reputation. They've only done one game so far called Layers of Fear, which was really well done, but their horror got very repetitive. The jump scares and the like having to turn around and the room changing. It was good like for the first hour, and the game was short. It was only about 4.5, maybe 5 hours, but it got very repetitive very quickly. This one, I'm not seeing the repetitiveness. I'm seeing that it's legitimately good. It's pretty fucking scary and creepy. So I haven't finished it yet. I had a motto. I was like, I'm not going to start my Let's Play until like I finish the game. But like, I had to start putting up the Let's Plays because it's a longer game. Like Layers of Fear, it's like it's more like 8 to 10 hours versus where Layers of Fear was like more like 4 to 5 hours. But I know I'm getting close to the end, so that's what I've been playing. And I'm to the point, man. I'm really close to buying Breath of the Wild. I really want to play it. I want to experience it. If everybody's saying as good as it is, I'm to the point where I gotta at least experience it. Oh, and I got Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I watched your LP of I love it where you said you were like, what the fuck, dude? I'm stuck, can't get out.
Yeah, and I couldn't. I was like, dude, come on, dude, are you fucking kidding me? But hey, it's supposed to be like a 2D Sonic game. It's supposed to. I think they did that like kind of shit on purpose, where it's supposed to have glitches, and maybe they knew it. They're like, nah, keep that shit in because it seems more realistic, or like a more 2D Genesis feel. But I will say, Sonic Mania, like my first hour that I played with it. Number one, I realized I shouldn't have streamed it. Because I think for two reasons. Number one, I haven't played a 2D Sonic game in a long time, and I'm not good at it, so it's pretty embarrassing. Number two, it's not easy. It's not easy, and I think that like dying, it's like it makes me kind of like not want to stream it, and not play it. But I think going forward, I'm not going to stream it anymore. I'm just going to play it as is.
Well, like you, I mean, I haven't played a Sonic game really since the Game Gear days. I played a lot of the games from the Sega Master System were ported over to the Game Gear, which is essentially a portable Sega Master System, pretty much. And I dabbled on the Genesis games maybe a little bit because of one of my neighbors who had a Genesis in our neighborhood growing up. I played it, but I'm so tempted to buy that Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection I told you about for like $20.
Yeah, I had that. Well, I don't know if it was that one, but I had it on a PSP. I have one of those on PSP, where it has like Sonic 1 and 2. It has Sonic and Knuckles. It has
because you get a lot of value for that $20. It's like 40 something games.
Oh yeah, and they're actually and they're fucking Sega games, not like chess and checkers and dinosaur match like fucking at games.
Yeah, like that cheap at games thing that you made a review on.
It was like fucking T-Rex match game. I'm like, what? Why? Like, what the fuck is the inclusion of this game? Like, you could have done all the other things, left this shit out. But no, more games is better. We have 1,000 games. 5 of them are cool. But the other 995, know. It's like Action 52.
Yeah, they're coming out with the new version that looks like a Model 1 Sega Genesis, but I'm wondering if they actually finished the sound. I mean, fixed the sound this time, because that was the main gripe that people had. I mean, sure, it plays games good, but the sound sucks. It's atrocious.
Right. And that's a big part, man. That's a big fucking part. Well, I thought it was going to be HDMI. So is the new At Games thing? I think me and the Retro were talking about this.
Yeah.
I think you were on there too. Were you on that stream when we were talking about like the At Games thing?
I can't remember.
But is it HDMI out? If it isn't, like that's a deal breaker already.
Let me see.
I don't think it is.
Let me see. I guess I should say. See. Here we go. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I see the list. I'm just trying to read, like you said, if it has HDMI out or
I don't think it does, and I think the reason like I was kind of excited for it, I was like, all right, cool. Finally, it's going to be a somewhat of a competitor and a reason to buy it. That way, I could also plug it to my capture card that only uses HDMI. So it's at 60 frames per second. No matter how it comes in, it records it at 60 frames per second. It translates it to whatever. So I was like, cool. I'm down for that. But if it doesn't have that, like I'm completely 100% out, dude. I could care less. I'm not in. I'm out.
That's what I'm trying to.
It's fine, man. Sonic Mania's out. I mean, you can play fucking Sonic. What are your thoughts on Sonic Mania? Have you played it yet?
Yeah, not yet, and I'm also like looking forward to seeing what your thoughts on that Sonic Forces is once that comes out.
Yeah, I think that's a day one for me. And man, I my whole thought is like I played every 2D Sonic game. I might be hated for this. My first hour for Sonic Mania was like, this is great. This is cool. It's a throwback, but it's also kind of like every Sonic game but I played 2D already. Like there's nothing here where I'm like, this is crazy cool. Like I mean, I will admit that it is fun. It is good. I think that whatever it is, I can't base what I like off of it the entire game. I'm just talking about my first 60 minutes with it, okay? And my first 60 minutes of it was, this is cool. Is it really the praise that everyone's giving it? That's still to be determined. Like I said, I haven't finished it, so maybe I'm on the fence. I liked my first hour with it, but it just kind of felt like another, it felt like a lost 2D Sonic game. And I'm sure, like, if I never played, like, one of the 2D Sonic games, like, maybe I missed out on, it'd kind of be just like that. It's good. It's fun. But I think people are, like, going batshit crazy over it. And I'm not really sure if it really is deserving of all that praise quite yet. Like I said, I haven't finished it, so.
I just found a unboxing of the new At Games Genesis. I'm looking to see if it has HDMI or not. Waiting for him to. It looks nice though.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, that's cool. But I guess at least the asking price of that shit's probably still $50.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it is. Yeah, because it has a HDMI port in the back.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, it finally has a HDMI port finally.
Well, that's nice to play chess or checkers or T-Rex memory game on. It's like that'll be at 60 frames per second. Because I, from what I understand, it still has like those like extra games on it, like those extra ones like no one ever asked for or could care for. It's still on there.
Yeah. I was trying to see if he had a gameplay original Sonic, 'cause that's what people used for testing to see if the sound is good. But it it looks good though.
Mm.
Finally have an HDMI, which is what people
It's
complain about.
it's not out though yet, though, right?
Oh, it's. I assume it is because it's. I'm looking. This is a review from a month ago, so yeah, it should already be out already if we have reviews already. Like a month. This was like a month ago.
Yeah, I can still pass it up, man. I mean, you look, like, I tried at games, I gave them a chance and they did not deliver. So at this point, like I have the Retro Bro or the Raspberry Pi 3, whatever you want to call it. I'm content with that. So I don't need another at games thing for 50 or $60. If I really dying to play those games, I can definitely do it on the Raspberry Pi or the Retro Pro. But I will say there was one really cool fucking aspect of the Sonic Mania. You literally are just going through this level, and you just end up in a seat next to Robotnik, and you guys are playing like fucking what's it called?
Puyo Tetris, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. That was pretty fucking cool.
Whereas the only negative is it still has the wired infrared controllers that don't work worth a crap.
Oh, dude, those are the fucking worst, man. Those are the fucking worst.
Yeah, because you have to be pointing at this. Just get a real Genesis controller and use those.
Dude, yeah, if it has a fucking cord on it, I don't give a fuck if it's like 3 or 4 feet. As long as it's a fucking cord, someone will make a fucking cord extender. It needs to be implemented and inserted into the fucking. It's not a console. It's a fucking plug and play. Let's be honest. It just needs a plug. Wireless is great, but it doesn't work for something like that. If you're making a cut cost type fucking thing, you cannot use like you said, the infrared shit. Like you literally have to have that bitch just fucking smacking it in the face and pointing directly at it for it to work. It doesn't work unless you have fucking like Xbox standards of fucking like wireless Bluetooth controller. If you don't have that, then there's no point. Yes, it's wireless and yes, it's convenient, but it's not convenient if it doesn't work.
Oh, can't even talk. IGN gave it a mediocre score, so that's not good.
Oh yeah, and I think me and the Retro Bro were talking about that and saying, oh well, the big companies are giving it a bad score, but independent people are giving it a good score. And I think that kind of goes without saying. Like clearly, at games is like throwing a couple of people a few bucks here on the side, like, hey, give us a positive review. These big companies, they don't gotta spend that money. They could give it a fuck less. You get somebody who has like big companies, like they don't give a shit, man. They'll review it as is. I know IGN has a very flip-floppy way of reviewing things, so I mean, kind of, take it as you will. But I will say a couple of these people who are saying like, oh, this is great, maybe probably got a few dollars in their pocket because of that.
Yeah, but if they say it's mediocre, then that's not good. I'll probably look up other videos later and see if I can find one of Sonic, and if it still sounds bad, then I'm gonna pass on it.
Well, I'm passing on it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm completely passing on it, and it's got nothing to do for me, man. It's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. My thing is, like, I gave them a chance, and I feel like that company just completely did not live up to what they should be. So I said, F it, man. I mean, whatever, even if it's HDMI, like, I just don't care, dude.
Yeah, I wish, was it the company that helped make the Genesis 3, Majesco, I wish they would help make that. Maybe they could make a better product, because, like, the Genesis 3 even though it's a mini thing, it's still official Sega hardware in there. Of course, it has the Sega branding, but it's not really official Sega hardware inside of it.
Mm.
It's just a cheap plug and play.
True. Yeah. Nah, man, I'm done with it. You know, I mean, it is what it is. That you know, it's a bandwagon thing. Like, you know, like we have this what's this, like, Atari thing that's coming out. Like, it's just like this, like, little fad. Yeah, it's this fad thing that's just happening. Reinventing old consoles because retro's on the rise. Like, so fucking what? Who gives a shit, dude? Tyler Stevenson, what's up, dude? How was that fucking solar eclipse, man?
No, we just been chatting, talking about the SNS Mini and shooting the shits about other stuff. You can go back and watch the stream later.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, man, just talking about SNES Mini, add games, fucking,
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z season passes and all that.
Fucking Breath of the Wild is going to be game of the year. Even though, like, look, I think, like I said, I think it deserves to be game of the year from what I've heard, but I haven't experienced it, so. But I will say, like I've already said it before, man, Resident Evil 7, I think really deserves to be game of the year. I really think that's a really game of the year contender, man. But Breath of the Wild's come in and people have, like, the fucking goggles on, the beer goggles, Breath of the Wild goggles on. They don't see anything else, and that's fine. But I think Resident Evil 7 is definitely, I think it's definitely, it should be at least a contender. I think it should, like, if there's a second place trophy, it definitely win a second place trophy.
Yeah, but I think that, and probably come out, like you said, a Resident Evil 7, at least it's going to be in the top 3 for games of 2017.
I think people have completely forgotten about that game, man. That game was fucking amazing. It was very inventive. It was very different. It was very, very good, man. I mean, I think people just really kind of forgot. I mean, how good that game actually was. That's my opinion anyway. I think it was fucking hands down one of the best games this year. And I need to play Breath of the Wild, man. I know it's going to win Game of the Year, and I'm going to eventually get it at some point. I need to do it sooner rather than later. But I will say that I'm actually debating get it on the Wii U versus the Switch. Mm-hmm. I kind of am thinking getting on the Wii U because now I can stream on either way. But still, like, I think I would just enjoy it more on the Wii U. But I don't know, man. We'll see. And probably, actually, it might even be cheaper to get on the Wii U, and probably like maybe the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, because Switch games are like $60, and of course some are cheaper.
Yeah, and good luck finding a used fucking Switch game. Ain't nobody selling that shit anytime soon.
No. Unless you go on to, like, eBay or something.
Tyler Stevenson, man, you need to play it, dude. It's a callback to original Resident Evil. Like, just, it's not like an action game. It's a true survival horror Resident Evil game, dude. It is fucking hands down one of the best games of 2017. One of the best, and I'll even go as far as say I think it's one of the best Resident Evil games. Hands down, period. You could throw it in any category of how any Resident Evil game is. I think it's one of the best Resident Evil games, period.
Yeah, but pretty much is a throwback to classic with a little bit of modern thrown in there as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not going to get, like, I will say, like, I beat it and didn't have a hard time playing it. The puzzles were pretty simplistic. But it's not like Resident Evil where, like, you're like, literally, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? You kind of know what to do, but I will say, like, the whole thing, like, where knowing you're, like, in this one place, one fucking location, one mansion. It's kind of a mansion, if that's what way you want to put it. It's just this one location, and not like, you know, you're spanning from like Italy to Spain, riding on a fucking speedboat. You know, it's not like Mission Impossible or anything like that. It's a very call to origin type Resident Evil game. Really good, man. Very well done, and I just really hate that game may not win Game of the Year now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get overshadowed by Zelda.
Yeah. But I'll play Breath of the Wild when I'm ready, man. Like, I'm just not ready for that shit yet, man. And I think that, like, honestly, I think that, do you ever do this when you see a game comes out and like it gets high fucking praise and you play it, but like those expectations don't live up to like what you thought everyone was saying? So it kind of like bugs you, and maybe it's not like a masterpiece in your eyes, because you were having, like, here's the thing. So, for example, like Sonic Mania, everyone's giving it critical acclaim across the board. So if you have one negative thought about it, you're fucking crucified. You can't say a negative thing about the game, even though you may have negative thoughts about it. Nah, you're not. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. Well, just because
it's just like Final Fantasy VII. If you say to anybody that game sucks, oh boy, they will crucify you.
Oh yeah. Well, same thing with Sonic Mania. Like right now, like I like it, I don't love it, but people love it, and that's cool.
I think all the lovers are old school Sonic fans mostly.
I thought Sonic Mania was in Game of the Year from Tyler Stevenson. He might be right. You know what? That might be another contender, because apparently people fucking love it, man. You can't argue with that shit.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be Zelda. I mean, it might be second or third place, but there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is clearly going to be Game of the Year, and I think that's without a doubt.
That's a given.
Yeah, and it's a little disappointing, because, like I said, I haven't played it to justify it, but I've seen streams of it. But I'm just thinking, like, this isn't, to me, it's just like, this is not that inventive, you know? Yeah. It's like, this just seems like kind of Zelda, like what it kind of should have been in the first place.
Yeah, but of course you got to know that we didn't have the technology back then that we have now. This is kind of what Miyamoto's vision, like what he wanted the original Legend of Zelda to be, but of course he couldn't do that because of how NES hardware was. But of course now, like in this one, you can basically go anywhere. That's why people praise it. If you see that mountain, you can go climb it.
Yeah, Tyler said he was just kidding about Sonic Mania. No. Yeah, I understand. I mean, but like, what I'm saying is, like, I wouldn't be
top 10 as far as good games of 2017, but I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year. No.
But I'm not surprised as much praise as people are giving it. Like, people, if it did win Game of the Year, like, people would be like, yeah, it deserves that. Like, it's a 2D Sonic game. It's literally ripped off every other 2D Sonic game. It's essentially the same as every other 2D Sonic game. Well, you know, it's got some updated shit. It's good. It's like, it's cool. I like it, but it's not inventive. It's not new. It's not fresh. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's more of the same and better. And
some of the levels are from the old school.
Oh yeah,
Genesis days.
All the ones that I played were exactly ripped off of exactly what they were.
Yeah, I mean, with a few new twist changes here and there, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like bosses, you have like bosses on like every stage versus like the second act. I think that's how it was back in the day. But of course now you have a boss on every stage, which is new.
Yeah, and the one that I actually got a fucking headache over was like this one where it's like it's dropping bombs and you can only hit the blue ones, but like those, like the bombs that it's sending, like, man, they're fucking difficult to jump over, man. But you know, still, I mean, like I said, it's good. I'm not gonna hate on it. I like it. I can see what people like it, and I can see what people like will give it praise. But I'm still skeptical. I haven't beat the game. I'll say that out loud. I haven't beat it yet. But right now, I'm just kind of like, it's more of the same. Like, I don't understand why people are like busting a nut over it right now. So, that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I love Sonic to fucking death, man. It's one of my fucking favorite game franchises of all time. So, if you love it, support to you, man. I appreciate, I appreciate the game and I appreciate you liking it. And the big reason, like, I think even BMG said, like, that was a big reason why I bought it. He was like, spending money on these games that are good, that are really good callbacks to Sonic games might give Sega a fucking message and make them learn, hey, you guys need to pay attention to the fans because we're the ones buying the games and we're spending our money into the games. Pay attention to us. Give us what we want because we'll buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and since you brought up BMG, since I know he likes the whole Metroidvania, I think that's how you pronounce it, games, I saw an article of a game that's coming out, and he sent me a reply, and he did one of those, let me ask you this first. How do you, like, do you have to have, like, a Facebook or something that says, like, where it says, like, your comment got a, I think it's called, like, heart from so-and-so. How do you do that?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't use Facebook. Like, I have a Facebook, but I rarely use it.
Yeah, the only reason I created one is so I could video chat with one of my buddies because he doesn't like use Skype anymore for some weird reason. But anyway, I saw like another Metroidvania type game because I know he likes that stuff, and he said, "Ooh, you perked my interest. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out later." Because I know he likes playing that kind of stuff.
No, I have no idea. I have Facebook, but like I rarely use it. I used to use it back in the day, but no, nowadays, man, I don't mess with the Facebook shit too much.
I don't. I rarely get on it. Like, had it not been for, like I said, one of my buddies wanting to video chat on there, I would have never created one. But I'm like you. I'm not sucked into the Facebook curse, having to get on like every single day, needing to do something.
Yeah, no doubt. It's not for me, man. It's not for me.
Yeah, me either.
But,
I rather just stick to good old YouTube, even though YouTube's been getting a lot of flack lately with people saying, their videos are getting flagged for non-advertiser friendly.
Oh, dude, man, that shit is real. That shit is fucking real, dude. I opened my Facebook not Facebook. What the fuck am I talking about? My YouTube the other day, and there was like a fucking exclamation point, yellow shit, and I was like, okay, let me look what the fuck this is. 90% of my videos have been demonetized because I talk the way that I talk. I curse a lot, and they're like, nope, not gonna work for us, sir. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, that's cool, man. Whatever. I could give a fuck less. I mean, I've made $1.93 off my YouTube career. I could care less. I tried to put monetization on there just because I thought, hey, if I make enough to buy a Taco Bell burrito, then I've made it. Then I've made it. If I made enough to at least to buy one Taco Bell burrito, then I've exceeded my expectations. And I haven't even made that much. I could buy like one of those like $1 beefy crunch burritos, maybe.
There's some kind of new I forgot what it's called. There's some new like $5 box or something. I forgot what it is.
I think KFC is the one who does the $5 shit. Taco Bell might do that too. They're all the same company at this point.
Something. It was called some kind of like. It was like some kind of chalupa burrito box or something. I don't remember what it's called. Next time I see the commercial, I'll write it down.
Yeah. So yeah, I literally turned monetization like on most of my shit because I was like, if I make enough to like buy myself like a hamburger from a fast food joint, I'm like that'll work for me. Whatever. So no, yeah, what you were getting at, yeah. I went on there and they're like, yo, we demonetized all your fucking videos. And rightfully so. I curse a lot. I get it. I understand it. So I'm not angry or upset at it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It
It's
is
just
what
all.
it
It's
is.
not. It's not really YouTube. It's all these advertisers. Oh, we don't want to be associated with these people.
And understandably, like, I mean, if I had a business and I had a company, like, I wouldn't want my ads played over F bomb after F bomb and fuck this and, Hell Hitler and talking about, like, riots in Charlottesville. Like, I wouldn't want my ads played over that shit. Hey, you guys want to come down and get some good old homemade Southern flayed chicken? Hell Hitler. Like, yeah, no, like, like, I don't want my ads played over that shit. I
And
get it. I understand it.
and also it's you got to be careful like titles too because one of my buddies he reviewed like one of the WWE's cereals. It's called Bootios and YouTube didn't like their thing did not like that title even though it's not. There's nothing negative about it. It's just the title.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. To me, YouTube needs a complete overhaul.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. And, here's the thing: YouTube does not have a competitor.
They
That's
don't.
the biggest fucking problem. There is no one that can compete with YouTube. There's also no one who can compete with Google. You can't compete. You can't compete with these companies. They basically have a monopoly on the internet. Google basically is the internet, if you ask me. All right.
Yeah.
There is not too many people that I know who don't use Chrome.
Yeah.
It basically is the internet. You can't compete with that. You cannot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're too powerful. They're too strong. Until someone comes out and makes a more thing
Better
that.
search engine. Yeah.
I mean, you can't. You can't. I mean, every time you argue with someone, what do you say? Google it. Google it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of our lifestyle. That's part of our life at this point. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. YouTube will reign supreme. It seems like they're on the decline, but still, they'll find
They'll
a
bounce back.
yeah, absolutely. They'll find a reason. They'll find a way. They're too good. They're too high up. VidMe, I've seen. Do you know what VidMe is?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I just haven't. I've created an account. I just haven't messed with it too much.
So I think that they're doing it in the right aspect. That if you like this content creator, you don't support them with ads. You don't support them with anything. If you like this content creator and you want to watch their content, you support them directly and by paying them directly. You tip them money. You don't have to tip them by ads and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, hey, I like your content. Here's $1. This video is good. Here's $1. You want to watch my next video? Now that I'm up and on the up and up, if you want to watch my next video, you have to pay me $1. And I get it. It sounds like very egotistical, but still, I think it's a lot better than, YouTube saying like, you can watch their shit for free, but at least you have the YouTube Red shit where you can watch it without ads. And if you ever didn't notice, but like ever since YouTube Red, there's ads out the fucking butthole for everything. For everything. I want to watch a 2-second video. There's an ad on it. For fucking what? The ad is longer than the fucking video I want to watch, dude. Fuck off. But no, I mean, I get it. It's cool. I mean, if YouTube wants to continue the way that they're doing, they're still not to be trifled with. They're still a powerhouse. They're still like, there's no website that can do what they do. And even still, like people like me and you, like we have no subscribers. We barely do nothing, but still, we still upload to it, and they're still making money off of it. Like I said, I'm monetized on my shit, and should I have? Probably not. Like I said, I just want a free burrito.
Honestly, with the whole like ad thing, I mean, you have to get like tons of views to make a living off here, and only select few people can do that.
Do you know who the Dreamcast guy is?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, like he used to make very quick little videos here and there, and like now I see he does like full on like vlogs and everything. Like apparently he got to the place where he can just fucking make videos and just make a living off of it, and that's good for him. And he he doesn't cuss or do derogatory stuff in his videos. He's very PG. And good for him, but like, I don't want to make content where if I can't be myself, then what the fuck is
Yeah.
the point of doing it? I'm
Right.
very vulgar when it comes to speaking. I curse a lot, etc. I get it, and etc. etc. But no, if I can't make what I want to make and be abstract and weird, etc. etc. Like if I have to follow a certain like Disney guideline, then what the fuck is the point of doing this? If I can't be myself and do what I want to do. No, I'm not saying no slight to that guy. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Like maybe that's what makes him happy. That's just his personality. But for me, I'm not gonna dumb down like what I want to do and how I want to say things because I want to make money.
I think it's because I think this whole started with like PewDiePie. I think he did something that took a lot of like big advertisers off, and then a lot of advertisers started to back away from YouTube, which kind of made Google cringe a little bit because they need that ad revenue because they know people are gonna. What is the first place where people go to see something? YouTube, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He made that fucking very what was it like? I hate Jews or some shit like that or.
I don't even know what the video was. All I know is that something caused a lot of backlash. That's all I know.
It was basically like there was like these two kids like in India or something like that, and they'll basically hold up a sign of whatever you ask them to put up the sign of. And he thought it was a joke, and he typed like I hate the Jews or like the Holocaust wasn't real or some shit like that. And he didn't know what they were gonna write. And he like put the video on his channel reacting to it, and sure enough, whatever he sent, that's what they put on the fucking card. And it was like, I think it was like the I hate the Jews or the Jews or something or the Holocaust wasn't real or some shit like that. And you can see in his facial reactions. I saw the video not on his channel, but by somebody talking about it, you can see the face on his video like I just ruined my life. like like that was a bad decision. I should have not told him to hold up the sign. So yeah, I mean, that's where it started. Then you have someone like iDubbbz who says the N word very regularly. He has like 5-6 million subscribers, and he literally says the N word regularly. He is very vulgar. He's very nasty. But like I said, he uses the N word like not in a mean way. He uses it in a sense of if it's not all okay, then none of it's okay. Where there's a lot of slur words that we live in today, but the N word is hold up on this pedestal where it's like it's not to be said, as you shouldn't say things like that. But other people use slur words all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So that's the way he always says it, but he says it like I'm using it because all these other slur words are okay. So why is it not okay for me to say these things like or this specific word because everyone else is saying it? So he has a lot of followers, and for example, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that's what a lot of these people are getting at. It's like we don't want a fucking our Taco Bell, KFC, car dealership, et cetera, played over these shit. Like this is not a good image. But
Yeah.
I think they're the only one who would put that one and one together because I would never watch a YouTube video and see something like, this video for this like car dealership, and then like a PewDiePie ad would or a PewDiePie video would run, or etc. I don't watch PewDiePie, but for example,
Yeah.
something like I didn't ever like put that connection together. Like he's supporting that. I just thought like these are the advertisers just making their advertisement off of what's popular, but they think in their mind like people think that we're supporting that. That goes like for the SJW. It's like, oh, you're supporting evilness and blah blah. Like, no, we're not. Like nobody thought that. You're the only ones who thought this shit up.
Yeah. And really the only time you get like views is like maybe in the first like week or two when that news is like current. After like the news is old, you're not really gonna get views on that video anymore.
Right. No, yeah, agreed.
That's the only time really that your views matter for a video when that said like news or whatever you're talking about that's current at that time.
Yeah. All right,
Or
man.
if you're doing a gameplay video, like if a lot of people are playing that particular game, that's the only time you're really gonna get views.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a stream, man. We're going like almost about close to
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, man. I'm fucking tired, dude. My leg hurts like shit. Anything to add before we go, man? Anything new coming from you, et cetera, et cetera? Are you gonna stream Final Fantasy VII?
I might maybe later, but for the meantime, I'm more having fun, like helping you out while you're
Oh
streaming,
yeah,
giving you all the pointers and whatnot.
yeah. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, like I played it, but like it's been a long. Like I said, I played it multiple times, but I haven't played it in a long, long time. So I kind of remember things here and there, and I don't remember everything. But no, dude, you're fucking killing it, man. You're the fucking Final Fantasy VII master, dude. Man, much obliged, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Did you ever get that weapon I was telling about, or did you just skip it and just move on?
The Willy guy with the little laser beam thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could go back and get it because I just saved at the part where you go up the tower.
Yeah.
Where you fight. I guess the first time you face the what are they called?
Yeah.
The Turks. So I could go back to the train yard and steal it.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to do that? I don't remember what you steal from that guy.
It's a weapon for Aerith. It pretty much is for this point in the game. It's like the best weapon you can have for her at this point because it gives her 4 materia slots.
Then I might need to do that. I might need to do that because I do plan on finishing the game streaming. So you know what? Next time I stream that shit, I might run my ass back down to that train yard and pick that shit up. But
Yeah.
hey man, good shit, man. If you do happen to stream that shit, man, I'm fucking down. I'd love to see like you just talk about it because you were the fucking man at that shit, dude.
Yeah, I think it comes from having to like you just when you play the game like so many times you remember stuff, but there's always like 1 or 2 things that you always forget. Am I right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because there was that part where like Tits McGee or Tifa, she comes around the play yard ground. I was like, there's a materia around here somewhere, but I know that materia comes a little bit later, where it's outside of the playground. I was like, man, where the fuck is that materia? But no, I know it comes later now.
Yeah, it's after the event with the tower, then it'll show up.
Yeah.
After her and Barrett have their little like talk after he spoiler rages. But most people honestly I don't consider it a spoiler because this game is over 20 years old and everybody should have played it by now.
Oh yeah, even Cyber was like, oh man, oh she dies, like you ruined it for me. I'm like, really? Like it's been since like 10 years at this point, like you didn't know? Like sorry dude, like or 20 years at this point, like
yeah, 20 years, yeah.
Dude, like you gotta kind of at least put the one and one together. Yeah, like yeah. Dude, like you gotta know that he's like, dude, you ruined it for me. I'm like, you're trolling me right now. Like you definitely knew she was gonna die. He was like, no, I didn't. I'm like, really? Really? But yeah, good shit. But anyway, man, I'm fucking out of here, man. Hey, once again, man, I really appreciate you coming on. Been good fucking shit, man. I might stream Final Fantasy VII tomorrow, man, if you're down.
All right. I'll let you know if I'll be around.
Sounds good, bro. Hey, man, we're out of here. Thanks you guys for joining, stopping by, et cetera, and later.
Oh, you're welcome. Looking forward to doing this again.